Today I'm boiling sap down and making maple syrup. After getting both of our fires going, I'm just collecting the sap from the buckets now. In order to keep the fires going all day, I need to collect lots of wood to keep adding to it.
Sure when you harvest them. It's 218.1. Okay. Don't be weird, Kelly.
Today I'm at my parents' greenhouse. I'm learning how to build garden beds and starting some seeds for the spring. In order to preserve the wood, I'm just charring it using a torch.
Basically what you're doing. That's your finished bed essentially.
I'm building my own garden beds at my cabin, so I'm just learning how to do it now so I can do it on my own later on. In order to get an early start on the growing season, I'm just starting my seeds in here as well, and then I'm transplanting them into my own garden beds in front of my cabin later. So as you have seen last weekend, we ended up boiling a ton of sap down and made maple syrup. We ended up getting a lot more than we expected, which was nice. But this weekend, the temperatures have dropped and now we're below 0 during the day. So all of the sap buckets are now frozen and there's no sap running through the trees. This weekend, we're holding off on boiling any more sap down because there's none to boil because it's all frozen. Hopefully it warms up again this week so we can have the sap flowing again. Yeah, we ended up making maple syrup this past weekend, but next time we're gonna be making maple sugar instead.
Me for a second. Just watch the way I draw. So now that you're sideways like that, you've got lots of room for the limb to go behind you, and then when you bring it up, you're looking at the target and you're coming back and you're taking your index finger and anchoring it right here. So you're just going to try a few draws, so just keep going like that, and your goal is to eventually get strong enough just to stop right here.
Go?
Yep. Still, that's good. That's really good.
There we go.
Third shot.
That's what I'm aiming for.
Yeah. It's really good.
After archery, I decided to make some French toast, but I needed some eggs in order to do so, so I headed over to a local farm and picked up some fresh eggs. I'm just slicing some fresh sourdough bread for my French toast. I'm just dipping the bread in a mixture of milk, egg, vanilla extract, and cinnamon.
Excellent French toast. The best ever.
So the temperatures are finally starting to warm up again, and the sap has been flowing enough for us to get enough to boil it down again. So right now we're just boiling it and making some maple sugar. We've been boiling it all day so far. In the meantime, we've just made some French toast and practiced some archery skills because it's a long day of just sitting watching sap boil. So it's still gonna be a few more hours of boiling the sap until we get maple sugar. So I'm just gonna show you guys the finished result in next week's video instead. That's gonna be all for this week's video. Thank you all so much for watching again, and I hope to see you again next week.